Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I think I said in a previous episode that I didn't want to do unit testing or testing in my episodes, but I think I'm going to do one or two this morning because I'm in the mood for it. At least one. And I've actually been struggling a little bit in terms of how to really get the tests in place for rocks and how do I want to do this. I really didn't want to do a ton of tests on the source generation in terms of looking at the strings and does it contain things in the right places in the right order. That maybe later on I'll do that. And I'm not saying I don't think there's no value in that, but I think there's far more value in what you're seeing here where I have unit tests, which are kind of testing just for lack of a better phrase, the core pieces of rocks, and the integration tests, which are just going to they're going to test the positive cases, and just by them running and actually working, then I know that things are happening as expected. It's not perfect. And like I said, I think as I keep doing this, I'll find more ways to refine this, more tests to find and things like that. It is going to be very nice though, because if you look at my previous tests, here, there's all these handle action of 10, handle action of 11. All those are going to go away because there's no real reason to do that. See, and this is also why I'm keeping my code around for quite a long time, my older code, because I just saw async, and I really didn't think of async and how that's looking. Async, optional arguments. There's a whole bunch of things that I haven't even considered. So async methods, need to ensure that works correctly. Then I had here optional parameters. That has to work. And it's all stuff that I've had here before. Ref and out, even though I had a way to, there's params as well. I hate parameters. I've never liked params. I've always found them to be, especially the way they've worked with the compiler API, it might be easier, but with the reflection API, they've always sucked trying to find them and make them work correctly. The thing here that I was noticing, ref and outs, I definitely have to do. Span like, what the heck is that? I partially like span. Yeah, because you can't, I don't think a span of char is actually valid in with actions. I think that's the thing, is that they don't work with the way that the expressions. I don't think they can go in expressions. I think that was the problem. But there's also, I think I already have down here ref and out. Yeah, that I don't have. And I already have an RC1. I made a package out there, but I noticed immediately it doesn't work. And I need to put that here as a fix before I get there. So you know what? I'm going to move these down here. Other member scenarios. Okay. And esoteric types like span, pointers, etc. Have to find a way to make them work. And again, this is where I think I might have to generate like all the expectation types, adornment types, handler types, everything. I might actually have to generate all that in the case for these, and that might be a lot of work, but as a technical point, it might be fun to get that to actually work. So, all right. In any event, we're going to start with I'm not going to do the mockable results right now because even though those are simple tests, like this one I'm going to do, it's very simple. I think I got most of these. I want to make sure I just have all those in place. This one, again, is I'm not going to check the content of the generated code. I just want to make sure that if I have code that I know wouldn't work, and then to make sure I get a diagnostic, and then if I have code that I know should work, I should get a diagnostics, and I should at least get something in the output. Okay, so let's get started on this. Member identifier attribute, that should be really easy because we're not really doing much of anything there. Identifier attribute tests as a class. Thank you. Public static. This is one thing I noticed is that when you do tests like this, that it keeps like that's for, I think, MS test. And it doesn't show like now where you have in IntelliSense and all that stuff. It doesn't show like that it will tab in to putting that using statement there for you, which is a little annoying, but you know, public static void create our attribute is equal to new member identifier attribute. We'll just pass in var identifier is equal to 3u and var description is equal to a, because we don't care. Var attribute is identifier and match description. And then we're going to assert multiple. Assert that. I thought it was really it's an int. Fine, whatever. Assert that attribute. I don't like that. Well, fine. Is that what's being passed in there as value? Okay. Fine. We'll abide. Attribute.values is equal to value. And we're going to assert that description is equal to description. And that should be it for that one, because that's pretty simple. And it does. Okay. Added test. I wish this actually had like pseudo IntelliSense, because then you could start typing in things and it would actually know what they were. Identifier. But I get why not. So wait, whoa, what did I? Yeah, I don't need to pull. Just need to push. Okay, that takes care of that one. That's one off the list. Mock information tests. Create class is sealed. Create type of obsolete. No mockable members. Interfaces no mockable, no accessible constructors. When interface has events, class has events. I don't really care. Well, I do. We're going to just say here, create when type target has events. Because it really, again, I don't care if it's an interface. I don't care if it's I guess I could find all the that it's actually getting all the correct let's do that. So we'll say we'll create when interface has events, okay, and there should be one here. There should be no diagnostics, okay. Then we're going to say create when interface has methods. And we're just going to change this to members because I really don't care that the thing has to be the same. Okay, so this just needs to have a void foo. That's all we care about. we should see that the methods is equal to 1 and the events is equal to 0. And actually, one thing I'm noticing as I'm doing this is that I'm checking to see if it has all the methods and everything up here. I'm going to delete all this because all I care about these negative tests is that you actually have diagnostics. And down here, I don't care about that. So methods, properties, string data, get, set. So now you should have 0, but you should have 1. And I have there. Okay, and now I'm going to change this to class. Okay. And this would be public virtual void foo. Now we should find one constructor. This is also where we're going to start getting the methods popping up here. Yeah. You want to say 4. And do you care if they're overrides? Sure. I'm debating in my head now too, is like how well do I detect that all these things are what they should be, but we are going to want to track that. We have the foo method. I guess I could put in here const string foo method. Foo. Put that in here so that we are looking for the same thing. And assert that. Why would you not? Oh, foo method name. That would make more sense now, wouldn't it? Okay. All right, so there's methods. Create when class has properties. And we want class and this should be a public virtual string data. Again, we're going to have methods, but they're going to only be 3 because we no longer have the foo method. Properties will be equal to 1. Okay. And then we have class has events. And we say here class public virtual, even though you shouldn't do this. You can, if I remember right. So yeah, we want to grab this. Okay. Now we're also going to want create when class has constructors. So in here we're going to say public target type name string a. It does nothing. Public target type name. It has nothing in it, and it does nothing. Okay. So now we should see 2 here. Okay. I think that's good enough for now, except up here I want to say I don't care, honestly, about looking at any of this stuff. Okay. I just care about, are you finding the right type descriptor error? Class has no mockable members. Interface has no mockable members. Class has no accessible constructor. And there we go there. And then what just went through my head? Oh, did I put that on my list? I think I did. Oh, that's right. Hold on. You're like, what am I talking about? Yeah, this I don't do in my inline mapping project, which is taking the descriptor creation and putting it in here so that you don't have that scattered all over the place. So I have to change that in inline mapping. It'll work the same, but it makes it a little bit, I think, better organized, for lack of a better term. All right, let's test these and see which fails, because I'm a skeptical person and things should always fail. That sounded really, really bad. 8 failed. 71, but how? Like, I just wanted to test this to run. I didn't mean for all of it. Okay, well, those fail. Oh, that's right. This is going to fail because void foo. So we're going to have one method. But if you don't have a method, if you don't have a member in there to override, it's going to, why did it fail here? Public class. Huh. Okay. And the same thing here. Public virtual void foo. Okay. Because you need a member for it to actually... Yeah. For the for the thing and the stuff. Const string. Why am I doing this here? It's not where I wanted it to be. Yeah, that was wrong. Should be here. I suck. There we go. No. I was... Oh my God. Okay. Classes events. Classes methods. That's what I wanted. Right here. That's what I wanted. Because we need that. Because we need to have that. And then we need to say const string for method name foo. And there we go, except we need to put that in there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you're a good boy now. There we go. Okay, so that actually has something to mock, and then it will actually include the events. Events by themselves, they don't really have anything in there. And this is the same. This is, wow, that's, whoa, this should not have. Oh, that's right, it does be, oh. Well, wait a minute. Why would that have failed? I get for the interface it does, but I just realized in a class you always have the 3, the get hash code, the you don't need this, which is why this worked. Okay, well, let's run this again. Obviously something's not clicking in my... Okay, just do mock information test. You don't need to do 70 odd tests. Okay, that's better. 10. I must have maybe hit on the namespace there is what I did before. Again, check on the recording in future time, Jason. What did I do? Okay, what is this saying? Oh, you pass? It was just red. Oh, it passes now. Okay, fine. Classes properties. What is the problem here? Expected 0, but had 1. Why would that not work? Because you should have... Well, let's run the test and learn something, boys and girls. Diagnostics length, 0. Constructor length. Oh, because there's always one. There's always one. I forgot about that. Copy and paste. Bad, bad. Okay, let's go back up here. Run the tests. And if all is well in the world, we should see pass. Okay, so added test for mock. Okay, we got that done, sort of. And now just in rock create, we're going to, the receiver tests I think are fine. Yeah, that's actually perfectly fine what it's doing there. So yeah, okay. What I want though is to clean this up. Let's do a very simple one. So I don't care about generating multiple calls. Generate when target type is valid. Okay. So we're going to have an interface here. We don't care about generating it twice, though that's actually a thing I need to ensure that I handle. Creating multiple, having multiple rock to create calls in a method. Because that was actually something that caused a bug before, and it, and I want to make sure that I don't do that, especially targeting the same type. That was the problem. Okay. So we're just going to do this. We don't care. That's fine. Okay. Now we're going to say when target type is invalid. And the way to do that is just to have an interface that does squat. Okay. So now we should have is greater than 0. And I think it's equal to, do we do string.empty if it comes back? Yeah. Is equal to string.empty. Okay. And then the rest of this can go bye-bye. Because that's all I want to really focus on and concentrate on here. And one failed. What failed here? Well, that's interesting because it did actually. Huh. Okay. I would assume that if it was. What's the output? It shouldn't have generated anything. Okay, well that was unexpected. What's in the diagnostics? Yeah, it has no members that can be overridden. So then why did you go into all the stuff? Assuming that it did. I just curious, what did it do? Excuse me, do here. That was just a piece of something or other that we were doing for pictures for the family, and we were organizing which ones we really, really liked. Okay, H, that. Nope. That's totally wrong. Tabs need to be tabs. I did figure out, by the way, through some help. Yeah, this is totally wrong. It should never have even tried to make a mock. So what was the point of that? The thing I was babbling about, by the way, is, what did I just say I was figuring out? Crap. It's just like, I had this epiphany of something I figured out. And, it's to get the stuff from editor config. So if they like tabs, I'll put in tabs. If they like spaces, I'll put in spaces. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I don't have that quite right. But I did figure that out. There's actually a way to do it. And by me, I mean somebody else told me how to do it. So, I think his name is Cyrus on the Microsoft team. So anyway, okay, so why did that do what it shouldn't have done? So if we come into the generator, and one's an error. So I'm kind of curious. Why did that? So we say that we have a diagnostic. Its severity is whoa, no. Its severity should be like error. You can't do that. There's no point in doing that. Or wait a minute. This is actually, okay, so no, that's an error. There's no way that we're going to let that happen. If we can't mock it, then go away. I am bad boy. Cannot mock seal type descriptor. Yep. And this is also making me wonder, did I actually make tests for all this stuff? Which sounds weird, but yeah. If you can't have accessible constructors, we can't do it either. Type has no mockable members. Okay, come back down here. Run all the tests here. And by the way, I hope that this is showing, again, for the 465th billion time, why there is value in tests. Okay, I do not have descriptor tests. I want to put that in as well. We have that done now. Descriptor tests. Just to make sure, because again, I thought they were all going to be errors and they weren't. And that's a good guard against myself. And that's, again, why tests are a good thing. One, they make sure that what you expected you did in code is actually the way you did it in code. They're not perfect. You could write a test incorrectly. Totally understand that. But just there, I had an expectation of what it was supposed to be doing, and it wasn't doing that. Now I want to make sure I'm going to have a test that cover that. I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm just going to do more of these tests off camera. But again, that just defends against myself. I'm the only one writing code against this code base right now. Nobody's giving me pull requests and probably never will. But if somebody did, that's there. The other thing is, just by doing this exploration of my own API, I'm starting to go, what about this? What about that? Oh, I didn't expect this. Oh, I should make tests for that, blah, blah, blah. Just by exercising your code, you think about things that you may not have been thinking about before. So I'm still amazed when I look at code bases and I see very shoddy attempts at unit tests, if at all. And that's why you'll notice that I'm not even saying this is a release until I am comfortable with the amount of test coverage and test execution and everything else. The damn NuGet package actually has to work too. I don't know why that's failing either right now, but I need to figure that out. And none of that's going to happen. I'm not going to have a full release until I figure those issues out. So in any event, that's all I'm going to do for right now. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.